Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation on inheritance and variation of traits, life cycle, and traits. And this was a basically a teaching unit for a third grade science class. And for this unit, the curriculum standards that were addressed were based on the New York State Next Generation Science Learning Standards for third grade. And as you can see them listed in the presentation, I won't go through all of them, but for example, the first one says analyze and interpret data to provide evidence that plants and animals have traits inherited from parents and that variation of these traits exist in a group of similar organisms. And then the second one says use evidence to support the explanation that traits can be influenced by the environment. And then, as you can see, the other two traits there. Now, the key areas of instruction where the students were basically to develop paragraphs for their ebook pages to define the characteristics of the six different animals, and then after that they would create an ebook to categorize the animals into their correct classes, and then also they were supposed to or they were required rather to analyze traits and patterns as well as display knowledge of their understanding of all adaptation vocabulary words such as offsprings, inherit traits, adaptation, camouflage, and defense by typing two paragraphs for a newsletter about an animal of their choice. This word here should have been an animal. Moving along, key areas of instruction continued. The students were required to watch a YouTube science video and then analyze the conditions under which various species can survive. Um, they were required to use graphic and paint software to visually design a situation in which an animal need adaptation for survival. And then lastly, to navigate a web quest, which is based on inquiry-based learning, to compare and contrast the life cycles of animals from different classes, as well as to arrange the stages of various life cycles into the correct order. And now the resources being used, computer lab, internet printer, word processing software were provided, assigned PCs with access to child-safe web browsers, for watching the YouTube videos. They got headphones would have been provided, and as well as a list of third grade science website related to the lesson content, and of course, ongoing guidance for um, learning uh, activity completion and designated section of the uh, class website for the learners to display their work. And then in terms of the assessment, the students would be assessed, to determine whether or not they're able to use factual science content for ebook presentation, their ability to navigate WebQuest for inquiry-based online science activities, their ability to create a science newsletter, their use of graphics or paint software to design and create display work, and of course being able to navigate the YouTube videos for direct instruction. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching. Do have a good evening.